All right, we tell about interest rates backing up a little bit, and they're still historically very, very low. But for those interested in refinancing, a lot of them apparently feel their window has come and gone and up and shut. Campins company founder and realtor extraordinaire Katrina Campins on this development. There's been a freeze in this activity, or what appears to be one, Katrina, and I'm not sure whether it's justified, but it is what it is. We've had these fits and starts before, but this seems to be purely rate-driven. We hit a point at which a lot of potential borrowers said, that's it. What do you think?
Well, I think the refinance market is definitely extremely aligned with these rate changes. So what you're seeing is a large decrease in homeowners wanting to refinance because rates continue to go up. Why? Well, because many of them already have lower rates than are being offered in the current market now, so it just doesn't make sense to refinance. Ironically, we haven't really seen the housing market suffer too much as a result of the rate increases. And I believe that the reason for that is because buyers are trying to take advantage of it because they know and they sense that rates are going to continue to go up. So historically, as you mentioned, Neil, we're still relatively low by those standards, historical standards, and we have been spoiled for some time now with extremely low interest rates, but there's still time to take advantage of these rates that are currently around 4.45%, 4.5%. I've also seen a lot of sellers that have asked me to decrease the asking price of their home in hopes that they can get their house sold before rates continue to go up. These sellers are also going to have to purchase new homes. So I'm getting those phone calls a lot where a seller will say, Katrina, I want to reduce my price. I don't even ask them to do it. They're calling me and telling me I want to reduce the price because we want to sell and we want to be able to lock in a rate, an interest rate change here with their purchase. So I'm really seeing a lot of incentive to be able to purchase. Now, I think long term, the housing market will probably slow down as a result of these rate changes, as wages are just not increasing at the same rate as home prices. And with these increases, we're also seeing that the buying power is going to probably decrease moving forward.
You know, you've always reminded me that jobs beats rates. I think that the gist of that argument was if you've got a good economy and jobs are plentiful and secure, an uptick in rates is an afterthought, as long as it doesn't get crazy, I guess. What do you see happening?
Well, you know, we have extremely low unemployment, historically speaking. So the economy is doing extremely well, which is the reason I think it's important to note that the reason that the Fed is actually increasing rates is because the economy is doing well. So when the Federal, Reserve increases rates, it's going to obviously affect the mortgage rates. But overall, you're still seeing people that are extremely optimistic. And I think it's also very regional in states where prices have increased tremendously, like Texas or California or Florida. I think that you're going to begin to see the home prices, stabilize a little bit more. But overall, people are very optimistic about the economy and about housing. And it's time to really take advantage of these rates now before they continue to go up, because a lot of economists are saying that we're probably going to see 3 different rate hikes this year alone. So time to buy before they continue to go up.
This is one of my other crazy musings. I've noticed this anecdotally. There might be nothing to it, but more and more builders, big, small, in between, with spec houses. In other words, there are no imminent buyers for them, but they're building them. Now, that used to be taboo. In fact, I think for the better part of a decade it was, that you just didn't risk that because you would never necessarily find a buyer for that. But I'm not just seeing a couple. I mean, quite a few that are popping up. And I'm wondering, for the builders doing that's a great sign of confidence. Is it justified?
I think there is extreme confidence with home builders nowadays. I think that these home builders also realize that the rental market is doing extremely well. So if they don't end up selling these properties, a lot of them decide to rent them. You're also seeing that the rental market is really incentivizing people to build multifamily. There's such a huge demand for multifamily, and there's not enough supply, to the point where a lot of the cap rates in the market just don't make sense. So you have these large institutional buyers that are wanting to buy multifamily, and it's extremely competitive. So I think home builders are following suit with the confidence and noticing that the rental market is going to continue to be very solid. So they always have a backup plan. And people want, nowadays everybody wants new and they want instant gratification. So they're very happy with these home builders and the products that they're offering. And there's definitely buyers out there, and more buyers want to take advantage before these rates continue to go up. So
Yeah,
I think
they're
that's where
putting
the
a lot of
confidence.
goodies into them. This might interest you. I don't know if you're into bocce ball courts, but a lot of builders will do a bocce ball court for you. You got some wheeling and dealing. I'll tell you how to talk to the builder, but it's kind of interesting. Katrina, thank you, seriously, very, very much.
Thank you so much.